Yo guys, what's up and welcome to episode 7 of the Earthquakes career mode. If you've been here, you know it is. We're back at it. If you're new here, welcome. This is the simulation only San Jose Earthquakes MLS career mode. At this point, we have gone about 6 or 7 months through the career mode. So if you fancy watching those, they're all in a playlist on my channel. So you are completely welcome, and I would be grateful if you guys would go watch those videos. But moving on, we have a decent amount of stuff to do, as it is for every month. We have our scouting reports and stuff like that. Now there are 2 loan offers for some of our youth players as well. One was for Hernan Miranda from Nimes, hope I'm pronouncing that right, but that was rejected. But this one is kind of interesting. Carlos Mencia to Newell's Old Boys. I am, however, going to be rejecting it because at this point I'm still probably only going to be doing 1 season of this and maybe moving on to a new career mode after that. Some of our other youth players have been growing quite well. Case in point, Justin Cameron started I believe at 58 rated and now is at a 63, all in I believe 1 episode. So he is definitely getting up there and will eventually, I think, break through into the first side. And as for Alexander Brown at 55 rating, just not worth my time really to try and start training him now, so we are unfortunately going to be letting him go. As for the scouts, it doesn't look like we have anyone good from Canada. Maybe we do from the US. No one good from the US either, and I think at this point we are in July. We're basically midway through the season, or we're in August now, apologies. It is it's getting to the point where it's pointless to sign new players if we're only doing 1 season. So I'm going to just try and, I guess, keep training the players that we have. Russell Sullivan is getting up there in rating, Carlos Mencia, Hernan Miranda, and Justin Cameron. So it looks like those are going to be the fabulous 4 that we're going to keep training throughout the career mode with. But we're going into August. We have our first game against Columbus Crew. This is probably the biggest month. I know I say this a lot, but honestly this is probably the biggest month in the whole career mode because, as you can see, we have Colorado Rapids, Sporting KC, and Vancouver Whitecaps. And if you look on the table, look who's right above us, Sporting KC, who's right below us, Rapids, and who's below them, Whitecaps. So we basically have the battle for these last 3 playoff spots all in this episode, which is absolutely crazy. It's going to be a great one here today. We start off against Columbus Crew. As for the lineup, not really sure. I'm probably going to keep it the same. Not really feeling like maybe we put in Houston. So we go into the game at home. We're going to keep Houston on the bench. He does score sometimes, but he's very inconsistent, and I feel like the only times he does score is actually off the bench. So we're going to keep him there for now. Eventually he's probably going to want to leave the club, but you know, I can't really do anything about that. As for Columbus, they've been on quite a hot run of form, 2 wins and a draw, and that's only from the last 3 results. I have no idea how they're doing, but I'm guessing they're pretty high at the table. So we go in, hopefully we can at least get a draw. That would be ideal, and we are going to get a draw. Nick Lima gets the goal. Etienne Jr. for them gets it in the 77th. So we actually almost did pull away for a win there. That is quite surprising. I really did think Columbus were going to win that, because I do think they are quite far up the table in the East. But that is putting us in pretty good placement. We are tied with Colorado, but ahead on goal difference, and we have a game to play, which I believe the next one is going to be against them. So we could potentially go 3 points up against them with the game in hand. Alright, for this game against Colorado Rapids, I am actually going to try and play Miranda. I don't know why he's unhappy. It might be his contract, but I haven't been playing him a lot anyways. He is, of course, still a prospect, so he isn't expecting game time, but I want to keep giving him it. He's waited for a while to start getting game time, and we're away from home against the Rapids. I think he may be able to do something. I'm not saying he's going to score, but maybe he could just make a little impact there. We've taken out Vaco. He just hasn't really performed that well in recent weeks. So Schkoff is going to be on the right, Espinosa on the left, and then Miranda at cam. And we go into the game against Colorado. This is such an important game. Of course, if they win it, it's fine if they win it because we'll still have a game in hand. But ideally, a draw or a win, of course, is going to be the best result out of this, and we're hoping that Sporting KC can drop points as well. We beat them 2-0 last time, and we draw this time. I'm fine with that. Nick Lima, another goal on the season for him, but it does look like Sporting KC won against RSL, so unfortunately we could be even farther away from them. But we are going to go back to the same lineup against Sporting KC. Of course, they are the better team on paper, but hopefully we can come out with a win. We've got every one of the best players in their position, so they are 9 points ahead of us, which is absolutely crazy. Of course, we do still have a game on them. We could gain some points back here, but I mean, it could be a battle between me and Colorado Rapids, honestly, because I'm 8 points ahead of 8th place with 2 games in hand against them, but I'm 9 points down from 5th place. So it could be a 5th, or it could be a 6/7 battle between me and the Rapids. We're gonna go into the game and hopefully we can get the dub. Sporting have had quite good form in recent games. I'm just hoping for a draw at least. 1-0, Wando, thank you very much. Their center back got injured in the 88th minute. I thought it might have happened earlier, and that was the reason why we maybe had an easier game. But Wando scored before the 14th minute as well, and we win 1-0. That is an absolutely huge victory, because we not only gain 3 points in them, we also have a game in hand. So if we win one of our next games, we could go within 3 points of Sporting KC. Watford pay the release clause. 7.3 million for Vako. And I was saying we might need a new left mid. That could definitely fund him. That was gonna take us up to about 20 million. We could get an absolutely insane winger. So Danny Houston does want to play, but I still want to play Vako on his possible last game. So we are gonna play Houston instead of Wando. Wando did score as well, which is very tough to keep him out of the lineup, but maybe he comes off the bench and scores a goal. LAFC, honestly, we're away from home again. We did win 2-1 away from home in the US Open Cup in last episode. I just don't think it's going to go the same this time out. We go into it, they've won their past 3 games or more, and we tie. Danny Houston, that is what I'm talking about. Back up your statements. There we go. Danny Houston asked to come in and start the game, and he scores for us as we tie against LAFC. So right now we're doing very, very good against top teams like LAFC. We are in 6th still. Colorado dropped points. We still have a game in hand as well. So this is still going pretty well. And right before our Whitecaps game, Vako has officially been sold. Fierro's already asking for a chance. I gotta be honest, I'm just gonna try and buy a player, I think, right now. I have scouted a couple guys, but I just didn't really have time to get a lot of scouts out there, and it will take a decent amount. And all these guys are like 5 months as well. So Roland Salih becomes, I believe, our 6th ever signing. 72 rated, 4 years, 11,000 in wage. And he'll go straight into the team. Honestly, I mean, I could play someone like Mancia, but he's just not ready yet, especially for big crucial games where we need big players. So Salih is gonna make his first start here against the Whitecaps. Whitecaps, they are pretty close to us in the table, but I still think we should be winning the match pretty comfortably. I think we might keep Houston in. We'll see how he does, if he can score maybe 2 games in a row. So if we can win this, we'll go within 5 points of Kansas City, which is extremely, extremely important. If we go like 8 points behind Kansas City, which we are right now, we might as well call it over for 5th place. So this is a massive, massive game, and we draw. Houston scores for his 2nd time in 2 games. Scoff gets his first goal in a while. Salih didn't do anything. He came off for Fierro in the 58th minute. A 2-2 draw. I mean, it's going to keep us in 6th place, but it's just not ideal. And actually, never mind, we're in 7th. So that is going to be all for this video. I'm not planning on doing anything more in the transfer window. So this is going to be the final squad for the rest of the year. We got Wando up top, of course, Salih, the new signing, the Hungarian on the left. You could also play center forward as well, which I might do, because they are pretty much the same pace. But we got Schkoff still, Espinosa, Ewell, and Miranda. But that was actually probably huge that Morales had a red card in that game. That might have been the one that didn't allow us to win that game. But yeah, Moore, Schindler, Alanis, Lima, and Johnson wraps up the team. That is going to be all for me. Thank you for watching episode 7 of the Earthquakes Career Mode. Make sure to go watch all the previous parts. And yeah, thank you for supporting me. I'll see you guys later.